All right.
Send it.
All right. Let me see. We should be. We should be live. All right.
Send it.
All right. Let me
Yeah.
see.
Oh, I hear us.
Okay. Hold on. All right.
Oh, yep. Local delay.
All right, bro. Um, what is going on, bro?
What up?
So
What's up?
it's your boy R.A.S. You know what I'm saying? Back with a big live stream, low key, and it's just like, your boy definitely on the grind to get some videos out for real, and so we just watched the new JJK, the JJK. The JJK is, the JJK never fails to surprise me, bro. In the manga and in the anime. But we finna talk about the new episode. I got my boy Luke and
What's up?
Tenny.
what would you say your name was?
Tenny.
Oh, so look, we got two very special people, bro. You know what I'm saying? JJK fans are very special people. So
Real.
you know what I'm
Definitely.
saying? So look, let's just start off. So I am a manga reader, and my
We are not.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hold up.
Both Tenny and I have not read any manga.
But
At least Tenny, have you?
Yeah, I've read a few manga, but I
Yeah.
haven't
Okay.
read JJK.
Okay.
what manga have you read?
I read Solo Leveling, which is great. I'm fucking excited for that to get released.
Bro, yeah, I've actually heard of that, but like people have I don't know, like I have this worker at my job. He always tells me about it, and I'm like, I've just never have. I heard, wait, aren't they coming out with an anime though? Do you know?
Yes, they are. It's supposed to come out pretty soon,
Okay,
sometime this year.
I did actually see a trailer for that. I do remember that
Yep.
now. But
Yeah,
okay,
trailer came out last year.
let's get back to the JJK. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So
Definitely.
first question off rip, right? Um, what did you guys think of how Megami was explaining the true
His technique.
yeah, like how the exorcism works and how he's able to gain like more shikigami, and how he can put people in the exorcism technique. You know what I'm saying? So what did you guys think
Hmm.
of that? Was that kind of confusing, or was that just um straightforward?
So I kind of want, or we kind of want to ask you a question, and we kind of had a theory. So is it true in JJK that if you explain like your technique, that it becomes stronger?
So some this is actually kind of weird in this situation. So the reason
Mm-hmm.
why in JJK when people explain their techniques and say like this is the advantage is because so y'all remember binding vows, right? You know how binding vows work in the JJK universe?
I remember
He's a
Heavenly
refresher.
Packs,
So
but yes,
okay,
refresh would be
let me
good.
ask you guys a question. And do you remember season 1 very vividly? Huh? How about that?
I
We watched it.
rewatched it
So
recently.
okay, so do you remember in season 1 when like Yuji died, right? And
Yes.
then he was with Sukuna in his innate domain or whatever.
Yeah.
So do you remember like he was like, "Hey, I'll make a deal with you. Like if I can say this word in chain, then I get
Yes.
to see your body. I get
Takes
to
up.
use your body for like a minute or whatever the like time limit was."
Yeah, we were talking about that during the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, what Sukuna did was he put a binding vow. He made a binding vow with Yuji, and Yuji's of course dumb is like, oh, like if I win in the fight, then I don't have to make it, and he agreed to that for some reason. But
Hmm.
so they made a binding vow together. It's like you have to lose something or give something in order to like. So with Sukuna, he lost. He said he couldn't kill anybody or hurt anybody during that minute. In order for you to, because Liu Yuji's losing his body essentially. That's what they lost. You have
Yeah.
to give to get. And so it's kind of the same when someone explains their curse technique because they're going into a binding vow, which kind of like it gives them a buff. Like he's telling them the technique to give them information so they can fight better or counter better, but the technique's effective like power or curse energy output is higher essentially.
Yeah.
So
that's dope.
But in this situation, like I just think it wasn't more of like a binding vow. It was more of like, hey, like, look, like Gege was like, hey, look, we don't know, or like the people don't know, so I'm just finna give some information, and it just finna look cool because he's explaining it to a weakling that we know is finna lose. So
that makes sense.
So that's kind of how I think of it.
So that leads me to a question: how did Sukuna power up? It was a binding vow, right?
So what do you mean by like powering up?
Well, he at the halfway point of the fight, he was losing, and it looked like since he only has 15 fingers, that Mahigora might be able to take him out. And then like, there's just a point where he just got super cocky and figured something out. It looked like he just powered up. So I don't know.
So if I can remember this fight very vividly, because I had to process a lot when watching this episode. So are you talking about when he opened his domain expansion part, or
slightly before that? When he started to turn the fight around, it might be in his head. He figured out how to beat him.
Yeah, like well, I think like after and it was kind of weird because also you guys don't know is that like in the episode, like when they were explaining like Sukuna's like curse technique, like what like he can do, like his slashes and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, they said like weird names like dissect and like I forgot what the other one was.
It was like flurry or flay or something.
Yeah, like but like in the manga, it's just cleave and dismantle. Like it's not, that I don't know what was going. And then even the Makora, like it's Mahoraga, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the translating was. It's probably, hopefully they don't say that in the dub. If they say in the dub, I can't really be mad because it's in the sub. But like it's in the manga, and where everybody accepts as the name is Mahoraga. But I mean Makora is like whatever the ancient Japanese mythology name. I don't know, something like that. But I mean, so Sukuna, like I think I don't know if he really powered up in a sense. More of like, yeah, he just kind of was like, all right, bet. Like
I feel like I remember him saying that Mahoraga had like enough time to figure out his technique or something, or figure him out.
So okay, so
but that's also I know that he has the the adaptability technique. Was he just talking about that?
So yeah, so basically when he was saying like, oh, like he can like see his slashes, or like his slashes aren't taking that much damage anymore. So is that what you're talking about?
I believe so. It's been about 2 hours since we've seen the episode.
Yeah, it's been a minute. But but like, so basically like that's Mahoraga's like curse technique essentially. Like it has that wheel on top of his head, like it's called a Dharma, it's called a Dharma chakra. And it's like in Buddhism or Hinduism, I could be wrong. I off the top of my head, I just don't know. But it's like a wheel, and then like, so when Mahoraga fights, it's very durable. But when it takes damage, then when the wheel spins, that means it adapted to what like the person was doing. So so like he was saying that he like Mahoraga was adapting to like cleave and dismantle, which are so basically Sukuna has two attacks with his slashes. Cleave is like him slashing somebody, and it is like his curse energy like adapts to their curse energy to make like deeper cuts like as he keeps slashing them. and then
Yeah.
or I believe, and then dismantle is like him slashing like non-living things, like the ground and like buildings, stuff like that.
Okay.
So, so basically, uh, Mahoraga first adapted to Sukana's cleave and dismantle, and then like when he opened his domain, it was like he couldn't die then because like he had adapted to slashing, so his cleave and
Yeah.
dismantle so much that he completely adapted to slashing attacks in general. So so basically like he wasn't taking no damage. And then we see at the end when Sukuna opens the or does the box open or whatever. Oh, my boy Curvin in the chat. Yo, my boy Curvin. Hey Luke, say what's up to Curvin, bro.
What's up, Curvin?
My man Curvin is in here. But anyways,
A guy.
back to the episode. So yeah, so Sukuna saw that and then he was like, all right, I got to do the open box. And still in the manga to chapter 242, we still don't know like what that box means things is or whatever. So like people, there's been theories of saying like Sukuna can like open like the cursed realm and and copies people's techniques. Like that's how he was able to essentially copy Jogo's fire, if we remember from the episode before. So
and in this episode.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean he had to, bro. Sukuna, Mahoraga was not getting slashed to pieces.
Yeah.
So, any other questions you guys have to ask me from a manga reader to anime person?
I can't think of any more about the fight. What about you two?
Just something that's fun. When I saw the wheel spinning, I thought that he had 10 lives because the 10 Shikigami. But it's cool that it turns when he adapts.
Yeah. So, it's kind of funny because like in the manga we never got to see. What's going on?
Oh no,
we've lost him.
We've lost him.
Oh no. Dude.
No, what will we do without our host?
Oh no.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, my back.
Yeah,
bro. Tell me why my brother called me on my phone. I'm like, bro, I'm live. Like, what's good with you?
That's funny.
Yeah. So I forgot what was I saying?
Yeah,
you were talking about how you thought it was like 10 separate something. What?
Did you catch what Tinny said?
Yeah, he said Tinny was
before
like he said like 10 separate something.
Yeah, we just have to wait. Oh, Gucci.
Okay, did I? Can y'all hear me? Oh man.
Yeah, I did like that point about that theory. I thought that.
Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Oh, okay, I know what it is. I had to stay on my phone, cause yeah. Okay. Anyways.
All good.
So you said 10 separate what?
Well, so you know how I can't remember the dude, but the dude with all the markings under his eyes, that was his like miracles. I was thinking that Shikigami was gonna have it was miracles instead of adaptability, and since Megumi was talking about how he could get all 10 Shikigami, I thought it was like the ultimate Shikigami that had 10 lives or something.
No. Shoot, bro. If he had 10 lives, yeah, no one.
I thought each time the wheel was spinning, he was losing a life or something.
When I first if he had 10 lives, bro, I don't think anybody's winning, bro. I'm keeping it being, especially like if he can keep the adapt like what he adapted before in the last life, like yeah, bro,
yeah.
It's GG.
Have you guys know like DC Comics Doomsday? Like the Superman villain.
I do. Oh yeah, Doomsday. Yeah, like why didn't I could not remember that? Yeah, Doomsday.
It kind of reminds me of him because Doomsday is supposed to be able to adapt to anything, and that's why he's like the ultimate weapon.
Yeah. Dang, I didn't know that.
Cool.
I didn't know that. Dang, that's crazy.
Oh wow. I googled him. He looks a lot like Megumi's Shikigami.
Yeah.
Bro, you know what's crazy? My brother just texted me. He said, "Bro, I just got the new JJK, and it was." yeah. Hey, but look, So no, Mahoraga is just the wheel adapts, and it's like you know, you know, it's just like that's just Megami summoning it in like the exorcism ritual. Like imagine like him having and fighting with it like in like
Yeah.
sequency,
Yeah,
and
that's crazy.
yeah.
So I do actually have some more questions. That just reminded me about the exorcism ritual itself. So was that just the ritual? Is that just the first time you try and summon that Shinigami,
Um,
or is that every time?
I don't I don't completely understand what you're asking me, so I'm just gonna like kind of explain it. So like
Sure.
he can so when he obviously it said like when the person's curse technique develops, like when they're 4 or 6 years old or whatever, um he gets two like demon dogs or divine dogs. And
Hmm.
so when he gets those two divine dogs, then he can do a X. So he can always summon any Shikigami he wants. Essentially, he can never not summon like Mahoraga. He can summon Mahoraga at any time he wants. But it's like if he hasn't tamed it yet or exercised it yet in the ritual,
Uh,
then it's gonna fuck him up like how he did before, like essentially. So
yeah.
um so basically, it's when he has the two demon dogs, he can do that with any Shikigami. He can summon the snake, he can summon the frog, and
Rabbits.
it's like at the rabbits essentially. And so when him and the demon dogs and then the other Shikigami he has tamed from other exorcism rituals that he can use against the other ones that he's with exorcism rituals again, then that's how he essentially gets more Shikigami. And there's 10. So I'm not gonna want to say any spoilers, but
Mhm.
I'm not you'll see the 10 later. You know what I'm saying, later on.
Oh,
Okay.
So
hey, I'm excited. Megami's my favorite.
yeah, Megami's cool. Megami's cool. Definitely top 3 character JJK for me at least.
Hell
So
yeah.
Love
um
Meg.
so any more questions you guys have to ask or want to talk about the episode, anything honestly?
How about we talk about that last scene?
Oh yeah, when Yuji's like or Nanami, honestly, it was Nanami was the last scene, wasn't it?
Both of
Nanami's
those.
alive,
Anatomy.
bro.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
so happy. I
Messed
love
up.
Nanami.
He
But he's
messed up,
fucked
bro.
up. He's Two-Faced now.
Bro, he's
Yeah, for
messed
real.
up, bro. And it's like, you really expect this, but like he walking out like a true G though. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta
For real.
respect it, bro.
Dude,
So
he's such a badass.
yeah, so
I hope they don't just bring him back just to
Just make
let
him
him
get
die
fucked.
again.
Yeah.
well
Dude, his power level is just a little bit lower than everyone else.
well you're finna see, Lou. He definitely finna see next episode, I think. So
Oh, cool.
we gonna see what Nanami does because I know I look at him, bro. He finna go out throwing hands. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody can get it. Like whoever's
Hey,
around, Nanami's like, hey, look, I was just Batman like 3 episodes ago. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming back. Like, anyways,
ultra overtime mode.
yeah,
Oh.
but um, it was just funny because so let's actually ask the question, right? Is Mahoraga really like that? All right. So okay, I'm gonna give my take because first because I'm the manga reader, and I'm gonna let you guys give both your takes. So let's how does that sound?
Sounds good.
All right,
Sounds good.
bet. So look, right? Uh, yes, he's him. He's actually him. Like, there's no other question. Especially in the manga, like and if anybody sees this and they're a manga reader, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So this guy right here is a monster. Like, and it's crazy because it's like in the manga, you really don't think like he's that strong because like this is the first episode he's been in, and you're like, I mean, yeah, he's like we know he's him, but it's like I mean, I just got to see how he moving animated though, and how he moving animated did not disappoint. Uh,
Hmm.
He was looking to kill. He was
bro,
going
I
to
was like,
town.
yo, I was like,
When he was
yo,
running and sprinting and stuff,
like, and it's like
it was
he's
like,
durable. My man's speed is on 10. This man's not even it's crazy because it's like people don't even like think that Mahoraga is actually like a person can control and like a Shikigami essentially, and like
mhm.
fight with together. So they picture him as a completely like separate being from the verse. Like they do Mahoraga versus like Gojo, or Mahoraga versus like
I was
Yuji, Nanami.
I was
Who?
just about to ask you who you thought would win, Mahoraga or Gojo.
Oh, definitely
Ooh.
Gojo, 100%.
I thought so too.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Because
glad
Interesting.
we
you gotta
agree.
think like, so basically Maharaga's like it's a its trick is that you cannot you cannot just wear him down. Like it's a person that wants you to wear him down, so you have to kill him in one big attack,
Hit.
like how we see Sukana did with the flame. That's the trick. Sukana tried to wear him down with the slashes, and he kept adapting to the point where he was like, all right, like your slashes mean nothing. But then he's never seen the flame arrow before, which is a completely different big explosion attack. And the reason why I say Gojo could win is because, like, yeah, like Gojo would just be like, all right, Hollow Purple, it's over, like straight like that. Like, there's no Maharaga's not gonna know, it's not gonna die, and maybe it's not in character for Gojo to just throw out Hollow Purple, but like,
Yeah.
the reason why like we both know is because obviously we've seen this episode that like him and Gojo have already had a chat like about like Mahoraga. Like he already knows like, hey, look, I got this secret weapon. Like it's dangerous. You know what I'm saying?
So I was gonna ask about that scene too, when he's talking to Megami and explaining how the person with the excuse me, what is it called?
Six
The
eyes.
six eyes?
Yeah, the six eyes. Yeah, my
And
brain.
what's the other genetic thing?
The Limitless.
Yeah. Didn't he say like the last person with the six eyes and limitless died
Uh,
to
it's
Mahoraga in the duel? Or
yeah,
was it
like they said that like that's basically how the last fight ended between, because they had a big fight, and it was
mhm.
like the 10 shadows user was losing essentially, and he summoned Mahoraga and killed both of them.
Yeah.
So but the thing is that um
Gojo.
we don't know like how good the six eyes or infinity user.
Mhm.
We just have to assume that Gojo is just automatically stronger because because we if we remember, Gojo got awakened. Like he had a whole
Yeah.
awakening
Yeah.
scene and everything. And it's like, Gojo can also, we don't know if that limitless user could use domain expansion either, or anything like
Even the
that.
red, because
Yeah.
Gojo took a while to learn red.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like we just have to assume that Gojo is a stronger limitless user, even though we have no clue, but we know the outcome of their fight essentially.
Yeah.
So, but
I think that's a good argument.
but like the reason why, like back to what we were saying before, is that like if Mahoraga was to fight Gojo, like off rip, Gojo would already know like what it would take to beat Mahoraga, and even if he didn't, I feel like, let's say like Gojo's using blue and red the whole time, like the Mahoraga still wouldn't know what hollow purple is. So it's like, even if he does try to wear him down with blue or red, as long as like he doesn't, and it's like the sword of extermination, like what Sukuna was talking about, like the sword of extermination.
Yeah.
Like Gojo's not cursed spirit either, so it's like, yeah, he can get hit, but Gojo also has reverse curse technique, and is like, even if, and it's crazy that you say
You have
that
to make it feel
because
limitless.
it's crazy that you say that because this is actually like, something later in the manga that I don't want to get into, but
Okay.
um but we've kind of already seen the outcome is what I'm trying to say. But
Okay.
if it's just them fighting, then yeah, I think Gojo's taking it any day of the week. But so
That's dope.
any other questions, or okay, let's go to Luke. What do you like? What Who is Mahoraga? Like, what you thinking? Tell me.
I'm thinking. I'm thinking he's probably like the fourth strongest we've seen, maybe.
Like, you
I don't
mean
know.
character in general or Shikigami?
Uh, Character in general.
So
I'm not sure though.
who are the three you think are stronger?
I think Gojo, Sukuna,
Yeah,
and
obviously.
then
Yeah, Sukuna, obviously.
I think I don't know. I think. What do you think? Do you think Toji
That's actually
would be
something
stronger?
that has been
Toji's badass.
theorized. Like, people made videos on this, like, hey, is Toji being Mahoraga?
Because
And
Toji just kind of just beats the shit out of you,
yeah, like,
and
Super
it
and
might
strong.
adapt to that.
and it's just like,
So
so what my take on it being, like, a YouTuber, and I've seen other people's theories and like what they think. Uh, I would say that Toji would have to do something, or he would have to use, like, I don't know, like, it's kind of something like where Toji doesn't have that one big attack that he can just kill Mahoraga with, you
I
know.
think Mahoraga might be three. Then I think Mahoraga beats Toji in my
So,
in my
and the thing
opinion.
is that, like, maybe Toji can use, like, the inverted spear of heaven to negate Maharaga's, like, I don't know how that would
Hmm.
work, because Maharaga's whole curse technique, his whole thing is like, I got a wheel and I'm durable and it spins and I adapt to your attacks. Like, that's my whole technique. And then it's
Yeah.
also like, I have a sort of extermination on my arm, and if you're a cursed spirit and you get hit with this, like, it's an immediate one hit kill. Like, you're not coming back.
Hmm.
So, um, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, maybe.
I think that if Mahoraga was adapting to Sukuna's slashes, I think that's probably about the same level as Toji's slashes. What do you think?
Well, you gotta think, because it's like, so Mahoraga cannot get hurt by anything that is not a curse. So Toji would have to use, like, a curse tool. So, like,
Yeah.
even if he, I mean, even let's just say he uses the strongest one, which is like Playful Cloud, or like the sort of or what is it, the Inverted Spear of Heaven, I think.
Hmm.
It would just be weird, because, like, the Inverted Spear of Heaven could negate all his curse technique. Like, he won't be able to adapt, I guess. But it's like, is unless, I guess, he just cuts his head off with that Inverted Spear of Heaven, then I guess he
Yeah.
would win. But it's like, even if he uses Playful Cloud, or even the sharp edge version of it or whatever, um, I don't know how he would just one hit kill it, because it's just like, it's a
Hmm.
very durable Shikigami. Obviously, we can see. So, maybe Toji would win. Maybe Mahoraga would just outlast him and, just
Yeah.
beat him.
The question is, could Mahoraga land a hit on Toji? Because
I mean, look,
they might
if
just
he's,
not be able to kill each
you know what
other.
I'm saying? We gotta think about how Toji matches up with 15 fingered Sukuna. Like, like, Mahoraga wasn't just doing nothing. Like, he was throwing,
Yeah.
Crazy
like,
shit. Crazy
he was
shit.
throwing Sukuna through buildings.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't just like just laying down and taking it. Like, nah, he
Definitely
was
not.
definitely competing. So,
Hmm.
I mean, yeah. So, I mean, I don't know how 15 fingers Sukuna scales to Toji, but I would say if Sukuna's not better, then I would say they're about the same. And I think Maharaga's definitely throwing Toji through buildings. And I
Yes.
don't think,
Could unawakened Gojo beat 15 fingered Sukuna?
no, no, I don't believe so.
Yeah. I think Toji's number 4 then. Yeah.
I don't think so.
Let's say.
You have to really think of, like, how weak, or not weak, but how, in comparison, like, strong awakened Gojo is compared to
Hmm.
unawakened Gojo. You
Yeah.
know, like Gojo literally has his curse technique active all the time. Like, before,
Yeah.
like, he can only do it for a certain amount of time before he would have to be like, like, I have to stop my infinity or whatever. But like,
Yeah.
it literally, his infinity is active like every percent of the time, and
They
it's
said that he
to
just uses like reverse curse technique on his brain, right?
yeah, like, and then he's also has domain expansion. He also has
Hmm.
purple. He also has red. He also has, he just has so much in his like his inventory, and like his rep, like, Maharaga's just not gonna know blue, red, purple, infinity. I mean, maybe if Gojo plays too much, that it can adapt to. I mean, I'm just telling you, like, it's low
Yeah.
key already happened later, so there's no point of even
No
comparing it.
spoilers.
Yeah, it's no point of even like comparing it. Is what I'm just trying to say.
Okay, I got you.
But but
It's gonna happen. Looking
So
forward to
it's
it.
just like, hey,
Oh
you're gonna
yeah.
have to wait like 5 years, but
For real.
just know, like, you're this is not where it ends. This is literally just like, okay, it's a little taste of it, so we kind of just know off rip how he moving for, like, a later plot down the point and thing in the future. Essentially, that's kind of like what it means. But
Cool.
anyways, sorry, remind me of your name again. Sorry, remind me of your name.
Penny.
Tenny. So what was your take on Mahoraga?
Yeah, he seemed freaking crazy, man. He also looks a little bit like the I don't remember the name, but it was like the nature cursed spirit. The
Yeah.
special rank one. He had the
Uh,
like trees coming out of the eyes.
Autonomy, right?
Yep.
Oh, the tree, yeah, Hanami, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I thought the same thing.
yeah, like, and it's not even just like him, his powers and stuff. It's just what he just looks. He just looks like a menace. Like,
Mhm.
you could be walking down the street, and then it's like you see Mahoraga, you're like, oh, bro, this man ain't playing. Like,
Yeah.
like, bro's got no shoes. His eyes are straight wings. He's got a Dharma chakra over his head. Like, he's about 10 feet tall. It's like,
He's got
yeah.
huge
Yeah,
traps.
like, and he's buff as
Yep.
he's like so buff, and he's got a sword, like, just not even like an actual sword. It's just his right arm or his right hand or whatever, and it's just like a bandage over the sword, like, and then
Yeah.
and then it was just kind of crazy how, like, Sukana just bit the sword, like he just bit the sword and it broke,
Yeah.
like,
That was crazy.
I was like, what?
When you move the mouth,
Yeah, like, I remember,
created
like,
one there.
because I was rereading the chapter, and it like, I think in that certain chapter, like, I can't remember the exact number, but he just straight up, like, it was like a little nothing thing, but like in the anime, like, it was like a dang, like, he just bit this man's sword. He was just talking about it like it was the
Yeah.
next big thing. But so what did you guys so any more questions you guys want to ask, or we've already kind of answered the question. Any more questions you guys want to ask about Mahoraga or the episode, or anything, honestly? I've already, like, read the manga, so this is really something like hearing from an anime only's perspective, and just like
Yeah.
just talking about it. So, what any other things, like, you think about, not even just Mahoraga, like, you could theories about Nanami, theories about Sukuna and his horror deal with the flame arrow, or his domain
Yeah.
expansion, and those people, Yuji's his
What's
face.
with Megami?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Megami and stuff. Like, we seen, we didn't even see just Megami. We saw Shoko and Principal. I forgot the principal's name, but just kind of everything, anything in the episode that was like, oh man, like, what are these plot points?
Yeah. So we kind of, we kind of had a theory that maybe, like, Sukuna has the ability to copy a technique, and that's how he was able to get the flame.
Yo,
and maybe that's what he wants with Megami because of how strong uh, the Ten Shadows is.
yeah. Um, we honestly about the flame arrow. We honestly still don't know. Like that is something that is completely still a mystery.
Interesting.
So, definitely can't tell you about that. And you know, for Sukana's plan, it's definitely I'll say you just have to just wait and see on that one,
Oh
honestly.
yeah.
All right, I'm
So
excited.
so in the I tell you because like look Luke, what did I tell you? Because it's actually a funny story. Like me and Luke went to on vacation together, and I was like, hey, look, Luke, when you watch the season 2, by like I'll give you like 7 episodes in. By you get to like 7 episodes, you're gonna be like, okay, hold up, I'm gonna have to read this. Like,
Yeah,
No,
and
I do know. Speaking of Yuji, I do kind of know the direction of what's going to happen for him, and that's going to be interesting. I don't want to spoil it for Luke.
yeah, Yuji's about to show up, bro. You know what I'm saying? He about to show up.
I'm excited.
So
We can talk about that last scene
Yeah.
where after Sukuna gave Yuji the body back.
yeah.
So yeah, I do actually have a question. Thank you. That reminded me, Luke. The whole freaking time I thought that he was doing the pact with Yuji. So like this whole massive fight took place in only a minute, and then he like stood to show Yuji as they switched back. But did he give Yuji control back? Like, did he have full control?
So
It was when he
so
was it when he ate the fingers?
So actually, yeah. So if you remember, like last or 2 episodes ago, Sukuna, like Jogo gave him like all those fingers, right?
Right.
And so he had a flashback to where he was talking to Fake Ghetto. Yeah, that's what we're gonna say, like Fake Ghetto, and
I like that.
and so he was saying like if Itadori, like if Yuji was just to eat 1 finger a day, like he could hold off like Sukuna's like soul essentially. But
Taking them all at
yeah,
once.
but if he was eating them all at once, then like he would get overwhelmed and he would lose his control of his body for an extended period of time.
I see. So Sukuna just felt his power receding, basically.
Yeah, like he said, like if you look at the episode again, he says like it's almost time, and then like as he says that, it switches back, and then Yuji sees like what Sukuna does, and my man's hurt.
Yeah, and gets all those memories of it all. That should be crazy.
Yeah, and it's actually kind of funny because like I seen on Twitter that like they show
reaction image.
yeah, they show like the voice actor, like he was actually like on his knees crying, like for real, because
Oh wow.
like actually like he was recording like in the studio and he was like on his knees like actually crying tears because how much effort like he put into like this voice acting. I'm like, dang, like cause it's like when you see it, it's like, dang, this really was from the heart, like right. He was really used, like he really was like, yeah, I'm really using in this moment, like this junk just happened, like Sukuna just killed all these people,
Yeah, and especially what his grandfather said to him about just helping people
Yep. I like how they brought that up again.
at the beginning of the episode.
because like you have to understand, like, so I'm just gonna give like what Yuji's like ideology is. So Yuji's ideology is to kind of like jujitsu sorcerers are like heroes to him. Like they are the people who save people and stop curses from killing people, because that's what this in his mind is the right thing to do, right? So in a plot point that's going to come up later on in the future that I want you guys to look out for like from this particular stream, is that curses are just like jujitsu sorcerers. They like just how curses kill people without thinking like of how many people they killed. Like sorcerers save people and they don't think of how many people they saved. So it's like they are both the same. Like that's why Jujutsu sorcerers aren't.
Yeah.
That's why Megami he says like if you watch like we are Jujutsu sorcerers, we aren't heroes. Like we do what we can because this is our job, but it's like we can't control the out. We're not gonna be able to save the day every time. You know.
Yeah, Shibuya. It's just
So
gone.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
bro.
yeah, it's just like we're Jujutsu sorcerers, bro. Like this is curses, you know. And
Yep.
then that's what Yuji doesn't understand. He just thinks that like Jujutsu sorcerers are always supposed to save the day. There's never gonna be anything sort of like this, and he thinks curses are just bad just because it's a choice. Like they can choose to be
Yeah.
good, but they're not because of just who they are. But it's like they're curses. They're gonna be curses. Curses are curses for a reason. So
Yeah.
that's so I want you guys to watch out for that kind of plot point in the future. Like you always have to think like when you're seeing Yuji, like he doesn't think curses are bad, but curses actually think they're good because they're doing like they're killing people. Like they think in their mind that they're good. They're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Like how Yuji saves people because he thinks he's doing the right thing. So that's
Kind of a
that's that's
parallel
really
there.
yeah, that's really how you have to think about it. Like Sukuna, but Sukuna is just like a straight menace. Like honestly, like it's
King of curses.
like he just
Yeah.
it's just like he just does what amuses him essentially. He's just and I want you guys to kind of like from a manga reader like we kind of already know, but I want you guys to kind of think of like what kind of person do you think like Sukuna like is like what like besides like a straight menace like what do you think his like how for example like let's just give like a random anime villain I don't even know. I can't even think of another anime besides JJK. Let's say Naruto, right? Let's go with
I haven't seen Naruto. I haven't seen it.
what? All right, then Luke, what have you? Okay, let's think of I was gonna say Chainsaw Man, but like
Yeah.
Chainsaw Man is all right, Luke. Then what anime is like is Attack on Titan? Okay, look, Attack on Titan is actually a great
Yeah.
it's actually a great reference. So you have to think of like Zeke, right? Zeke is considered an enemy. So Zeke's
Yeah.
whole ideology is like, I have to euthanize.
euthanization.
Yeah, I have to euthanize all the Eldians so we cannot have babies, so Titans can't ever be reborn essentially into the world. So like that's like his whole thing. Like he was going to euthanize use the founding Titan to euthanize the Eldians and basically I guess himself go out and kill the other 9 and then like he's just gonna die and there's gonna be no more Titans and no more Eldians to get ridiculed or whatever during that time. Like it was just their race was just completely gonna be gone. Like that was his whole
Yeah.
ideology. And I want to compare that kind of parallel to Sukuna. Like what do you think like the JJK Sukuna's ideology to kind of that enemy thing is?
I feel like he's gonna be like a kind of Joker type. I don't want to say Joker, but just kind of
Like trickster?
wants to bring chaos everywhere. Kind of
Yeah, he
doesn't
just seems
care
like
about plotting or
he's
anything.
like
He told-
Lucifer.
Yeah.
All he
Yeah.
wants is evil.
He's just
I mean, he told Jogo like, you do all this plotting. You should have just started burning
yeah,
everything
and
around you
it was-
until you reach
and it was-
Gojo.
Yeah, it was actually kind of funny because you see there was this thing I seen on YouTube. It was like a pick. It was like which one is like who's like nicer, like Sukuna or like Gojo, right? And they were saying like Sukuna is nicer because like Sukuna like when he kills you like he's nice to you at the end, but like when Gojo kills you it's just
You are
blatant.
strong.
Yeah, it's just blatant disrespect. Like he's like, yeah, you're weak, bro. Like I don't know why you thought you could challenge me, like type of thing.
Yeah,
But
I remember like Yuji was like, "This guy is weak."
yeah, like Jogo, and we see that in when he pressed up Nanami and Maki and stuff that Jogo is not weak by any means. He is very strong. He just goes up against Sukuna and Gojo. So it's like it's hard to say that he's strong when he just get bodied every time. Like Jogo's probably like top 10 in
Yeah.
the series if we're being honest. If I can just well for you guys, it's probably top 5 because you're not in like filling the manga yet. But
Okay.
but yeah, he's like for like right now for all the people we've seen besides Mahoraga, actually probably nah, besides Mahoraga, he's probably top 5, probably. So I say
Okay.
Jogo's definitely really strong.
Definitely.
But
Yeah, when he just showed up and I thought you just killed Nanami,
yeah,
Maki, and then the cartoon
yeah,
technique
I'm not gonna
forgetting
say
his
anything
name.
about that. You're just gonna have to just wait and see. So about any plot points and kind of what happened with that. But we do see Nanami is back up and he's boxing. So
Yeah.
anyways, so yeah, Sukuna ideology, like, we kind of just said like, oh yeah, he's bro is just a menace, just a calamity.
Hmm.
And that's just kind of like what I've always thought too. Is I always thought like Sukuna, he just does stuff because it's just what he likes to do. Like, and it's like he's just it's just like he's always just gonna be a menace. Like it's
Yeah,
not.
like when he was fighting Jogo, he just started playing around and went over to all the sorcerers and
Yeah,
said like, "Don't move or I'll kill you."
he's just enjoying himself, man. He's just being in the fun
Yeah.
of battle. Like that's how Sukuna is. It's not like um it's not like Zeke where, you know, he has a whole reasoning, like his father, all that stuff.
Mm.
Um but really
Yeah.
not trying to get to Attack on Titan. That's due for another stream, no cap. But uh yeah, man. Yeah. Any other
Thought that
things
was
you
great.
guys any other things you guys gotta say about the episode? Anything?
I don't think I have anything. Tenny, do you?
You got anything, bro?
Dude, I coughed and forgot to unmute myself.
Oh no.
I didn't really say much, but it was. Yeah, I mean, that was a super awesome episode. This was
Yeah.
super fun to talk.
Yeah, yeah. Mahoraga is like that, bro. So, uh, yeah. So, um, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here then, man. Honestly, I mean,
Word.
I just wanted to come on here, like, hey, tell you
Yeah.
guys, like, look, the videos are on the way. Trust. I got some good ideas and some good Chainsaw Man, some JJK, all the above. Maybe some Attack on Titan. You know what I'm saying? If you guys let me know what you guys want to really see, could definitely put something together, or any new animes or anything new that you want me to indulge into. But yeah, man. The question is Mahoraga really like that? Yes, him.
Yes.
He's him.
Yeah.
This episode right here fully. I actually probably finna rewatch it right after this again. You know what I'm saying? Because it
No, it
was
was amazing.
because like in the manga, like when you watch it in or not, sorry, when you watch it in the manga, when you read it in the manga, like it's like you turn the page and you see this giant white being, and I'm like, yo, what the, whoa, but in this one they have like a whole like introduction, like it gets dark, wolves are howling, bro comes up in a spider web, you know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
none of that was in the manga, you know what I'm saying? Like we see the wolves howling and everything, but that's just like the next page, bro, and he's already out, like he's already like finna fight. So, but no,
Yeah.
this anime, not like really the anime just outdid everything, and I was just like, bro, uh, Mahoraga, he's him. But one thing that I really didn't like that the anime didn't emphasize, if I had to say my 2 cents about the episode, is like in the manga, the like when you see the wheel spins, it makes like a big like like it's like, oh yo, his wheel just spin type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like in the anime, it's kind of like, oh, it just kind of turned a little bit, and then we finna get to the next scene. Like they didn't really emphasize it like that much, at least in my from my one
I
watch
mean,
that I watched.
from a first time viewer,
Mm.
I didn't get that it was every time that it spun, it
Yeah,
was adapt.
exactly.
But
Exactly. Like you can really like it could really just go over your head. Like you don't even realize like he's adapting for real until you're like, oh, like that's
they
what that
explain
meant.
it.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But it's like now like you understand like his when his wheel spins, that's when he, is adapting to Sukuna or whatever. So
hmm
um basically yeah. And Sukuna was like he was trying to figure it out, but like, Sukuna's gonna be Sukuna, so he's obviously kind of just be like, all right, look, um, you know, like his knowledge on curse techniques and just jujitsu in general is gonna help him prevail. Like he was able to just like, oh yeah, okay, this is Mahoraga. He's like this is his curse technique, and this is what I gotta do to beat him. Essentially, like
hmm
like he opened his domain and he was like, all right, last option. So, but what did you guys think of Sukuna's domain? That's something we didn't actually touch on. That was actually a really big thing in this episode. Like, what did you guys think of Sukuna's domain?
I thought
It's
that it was
crazy.
yeah, and then the pact that he made so that people could escape, but it widened its range was an interesting thing that they added.
Yeah, and I think so. What I remember in the I gotta reread this actually. Let me actually while I'm actually saying that, let me look up this page right quick. I might go on mute. I might go on mute for a second, so guys might not hear me.
Oh,
That-
good.
All right, yeah. Yeah, yeah. So, um, so in the manga, uh, compared to the anime, I would say the anime made it seem way cooler. You know, like if I was just a first time watcher just watching this, I would be like, yo, because it's like because
It was
this is because you don't it was like Tsukuna's domain was so early in the first like season that you can barely remember like what his domain is, especially if you just only watch the anime. Like you can barely remember like, oh, like wait, what was Sukuna's domain again? Like he already used his ability before, like, right, and
I thought it was like malevolent shrine. Is
yeah,
what
yeah,
he
it said
had
something
before.
lame in there too. It said like malevolent like something, and
And then,
it's malevolent shrine. And so
and then his
basically,
domain's malevolent kitchen, right?
yeah, that's like malevolent kitchen. I was like, yo, get out of here. Like,
I guess knives in a kitchen.
yeah, but so malevolent shrine, and so what did you guys think of like the him taking a binding vow to make it a two? Like, so if you remember, like Sukuna's like domain isn't like it isn't like a closed in barrier like how Gojo's
Yeah.
is. It's like an open area. So
hmm
like basically what Sukuna did is like he took a binding vow that like to be able to slash everything and anything in the area, you won't have a closed domain. Like that's what he uses. So like it's easier for the person to escape, for the attack or the curse technique imbued into the domain to be way stronger, essentially.
Yeah.
So that's why it's really like that. And then, but it was like Mahoraga already adapted to slashing attacks in general. So it's just like,
hmm
you know,
Had to switch it up.
yeah. I mean, but I thought the domain expansion looked crazy. Like he like was floating back into, and then you see like the teeth of like the shrine pull up. You're like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh! And it literally you see that
Animation was
scene and
beautiful.
you're just like beautiful. Like that's the only word for that scene, just beautiful. And yeah, I thought it was hot. So, um, but if I could think, I think that's the only thing of the chapter, everything, or not the chapter, the episode that I can I believe we talked about everything. Even Maharaga's introduction, because actually something we didn't something I forgot is that if we actually remember from season 1, I don't know if you guys remember, is that he actually tried to summon Mahoraga 3 times. Like, do you are
Against
do
Sukana.
yeah, like do you guys remember like all 3 times he tried to summon it?
I remember him trying to summon something against Sukana, and him saying it was like his last resort.
Yeah. So okay, that's 1 time. Can you guys name the other 2?
Oh, not off the top of my head.
Okay, I'll give you a hint. It's in the beginning and in the end.
In the beginning and in the end. Okay, I'm not gonna get it. Tell us.
Okay. So, do you guys remember when he was like when Sukuna first took over Yuji's body?
Yes.
And so basically, so when he was like, "Okay, Yuji Itadori, like call you a curse, or you're now a curse," right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you remember in that exact scene, like he's like his hands are like in the like Mahoraga finna summon him, but like the only reason why he didn't was because Gojo pulled up.
That's right.
So if so, I don't. So you guys can actually when we get off the stream, you guys can actually go and like look at like episode 1, and then you'll see
Mm-hmm.
him like I'm finna summon like Mahoraga. Okay, so the third time was okay. The second time was when he was fighting Sukuna. He was finna summon it, but then like Yuji came back or whatever, and like it kind of gave off like Megami's like ideology, saying like he didn't want to kill him because he knew he was a good person and he doesn't like to see good people die and stuff like that because of his sister or whatever. And
Yeah.
so the third time was actually when he was fighting that finger bearer in that domain, and he was like, and he was going to summon him. Like he even says it, like he says like secret swing, and
Mm-hmm.
and then like he remembers like Gojo. Like I don't know if you guys remember this, but he remembers like a flashback from Gojo, and it was saying like how it's like your mindset because like jujutsu sorcerers like they all die alone. Like you can't always be a team player. Like you have to think of yourself to make you stronger, right? So like it's basically him visualizing like or having a different outlook on how to use jujitsu. So
Mm-hmm.
so like as he's fighting that finger bearer, he gets like kicked against the wall or whatever, or he's like breathing hard, he's finished summoning Mahoraga, and then he's like nah, like F that, like domain expansion. And then so like literally I guess like imagine Megami opening his domain expansion, and then he has Mahoraga tamed, and then he can make like 4 clones of Mahoraga in his domain expansion.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, so nobody's winning that fight. That's basically what Luke said earlier with the 10 lives. Like, it's just worse.
Totally. Yeah.
It's like he made Mahoraga like shadow clones or something, like, But
That's
uh
crazy. Sure.
yeah, so whew, the first episode of Mahoraga, but this did not disappoint, man. Cause it's crazy. My brother said he'll call me immediately after he watched the episode, and did he call me immediately after he watched the episode? So I'm gonna go and get him back. But I appreciate my boy Luke and my boy Tinny on here. You know what I'm saying, talking
Yeah,
to me.
appreciate having us, man. This was awesome.
For sure.
Definitely
I
appreciate
mean, hey, you know what I'm
A lot
saying?
of fun.
We'll probably definitely do it if you guys want to do it again. I don't really don't care. Like it's just like
For sure.
Dude, yeah, it would be awesome.
so we could talk about new stuff like the new Attack on Titan shirt, like the new JJK. The new JJK is the JJK. It saves lives, and it's crazy because I have this friend here, like where I live at and stuff, and he hasn't watched like the last like 5 episodes, and I'm like, yo, you're missing peak right now, bro. Like I want to let you know what you're missing. I'm talking about like Luke. I had my friend Javar, Javar. I had him come in here. He's like, okay, like because I had everybody come in and watch the episode. I was like, yo, y'all got to watch this episode. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So Javar came in. He was like, oh, okay, Reese, I see exactly what you're talking about now. Like,
Yeah.
like they
A
were
bit crazy
like
first
it wasn't even
episode.
it wasn't because it wasn't even
Definitely.
because it wasn't even like just straight like because some JJK like fights are like they gotta explain a lot, but this one was just mostly like we're
Yeah.
throwing hands.
Yeah.
We're throwing people through buildings, and then they did a little explaining on the side too, of like Sukana and like Mahoraga. Like Sukana like was explaining Maharaga's like curse technique and everything. But besides that, it was like Megami summoned it. Like at the start, it was a little slow. Megami summoned it, and then from there on, it was like after he summoned it, and Sukana pulled up. GG's.
GG's.
Great.
So because I don't think anybody else in Shibuya would have beaten that thing unless like it was Fake Ghetto or like Mojito or I don't even know if Mojito would win honestly. So
I'm looking forward to seeing Yuji and Mahito fight again.
yeah,
He did say,
yeah. So
like, I will kill
so
him,
it's
or I
like
will kill you.
the thing about Mojito is that they're saying like Mojito can be like the next like Sukuna, like it has the potential. He has the potential to because like we can see he learns very quickly and he's not even been alive for that long. He was able to like learn domain expansion and even the
And he's
Mekamaru. Like, what did you guys think of the Mekamaru fight? Honestly,
the Mekamaru fight. That was
that
yeah, that
was
was
like
crazy.
remember, yeah, like
Like
Mahito
a
and Mekamaru were like fighting and then like he opens his domain and
Pacific
everything.
Rim fight.
Yeah, it was. I feel like that's an underrated fight, bro. Like that fight was actually really good.
And then when he was like using years of curse technique.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
like years of energy and stuff. Like
Yeah,
yeah,
years of energy.
it was yeah, it was. I felt like that was a very underrated fight because I honestly didn't know who was finna win. I was like, dang, is Mito really finna lose right here? Like,
It was.
and even
Yeah.
the Yuji versus Choso, that fight was pretty hot. Because it was like Yuji was just losing. Like he you guys know what I'm talking about? What fight I'm talking about essentially?
Yeah.
So yeah, Yuji was just losing, man, and like, but it was still hot. It was just crazy. So, but yeah, so we can definitely do something later on in the future. Mahoraga, Sukuna, go, everybody, they, all coming in. So the next, cause the next few episodes are finna be even hotter. Actually, I just don't know. I just don't know.
If they get hotter than that, I'm gonna be excited as fuck.
There's definitely one big one that you're gonna want to look out for, and it's pretty hot. It's like one of them like big ones where it's like, hey, like they got a speech at the end of it, and it's hard. He said like the person like says like some cold Batman stuff, type of thing.
Hell yeah.
So we're definitely gonna get into that later on. I'll probably do something about that, little video about that. But all right, I appreciate you guys for coming on here. I'm gonna go ahead and just shoot in the stream, and then we're gonna have like a little discussion like before we go. And
Yeah.
all right, well, appreciate you guys, and R.A.S out.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.